finish, you might wish the hell I'd never been up here.
One, and it comes the two to the three, and
Listen to the words that the warriors speaking.
Welcome to the Draftdaily Fantasy Show with Chris and Jay. I got a few things I'm going to go through first before we get fired away here. Fantasy Gold, those of you who do not know, is what powers draftdaily.com and will also now be powering our esports platform, our gaming website. So big news out of Fantasy Gold. They have acquired a esports gaming website that is was already functional and already working. So that's big news for Fantasy Gold. And you know, this is going to be awesome. We're already really taking over the fantasy sports side with the cryptocurrency. And we're gonna come and, you know, be the first cryptocurrency integrated on the esports website now. So big things happening for Fantasy Gold. But how'd you like last week?
Good week last week. I did pretty well last week. A lot of our plays that we talked about on the show were the couple more the nuts. I mean, we hit a couple smash spots. I called the bear stacks. I had a bunch of bear stacks in the tournaments. It paid off well. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. How about that? Yeah,
I didn't. I mean, I did okay. I just I wish I would have followed our exact lineups on the show, and I would have done much better.
Yeah, one of the guys in our Discord, he's actually from England and knows nothing about football. He said he watched our show and he posted the lineup, and sure enough, he definitely watched our show. All of his plays basically were the plays we recommended in our show. It was like an Andy Dalton stack with Calvin Ridley and a bunch of other guys, and he won his head-to-head, but had he played in all the tournaments, he would have had the number one lineup on the whole site. So,
oh my gosh!
So we could find our way every so often. You know, we're not always going to be right, but you know, a lot of times this stuff, it kind of, if you really look and dive into the stats and the matchups and stuff, it will kind of lead you one direction, and that's kind of a lot of times what you and I were looking at. You know, it's in it. I know we talked about it off air. Pittsburgh Atlanta is the obvious spot this week. The game total it's gone up since it opened. It's at 58 right now, which is insane. I mean, the next closest game total is the Chargers Raiders at 52.5. So I mean, that's what 5.5 points higher than any other total on the whole slate right now. So that's just nuts. So it's again, if you in cash games and head-to-heads and even in these smaller tournaments, you stack that game up. Is everyone going to do that? Probably, but it doesn't really matter. A lot of times, no, it doesn't, because there's so many good plays from that game alone. You can find different ways. You know, if you're putting 4 or 5 lineups in, you may want to play that game 4 or 5 different ways. One with Antonio Brown, one with Juju Smith-Schuster, one with, you know, run it back with Julio Jones, because you won't be able to fit everybody from those two teams because of salary. But like it's leading up to being that being the game that's just going to blow all the other ones out of the water. So
yeah, have you look at Draft Daily today?
I have not.
Good dude, go look to lobby. Their contests are filling up fast.
Good. I'm glad
Draft
to see
Daily is filling up quite nicely today.
Good. I'll get some lineups in.
Put a lineup in yet. I haven't get them in. Oh my gosh! All right, well, let's fire away with quarterbacks like we normally do. You want to start? You always start first, so I'll let you have the mic here.
Cool. I'll give you like 3 that I really like this week. One that I really like that I think is a viable cash game option as well as a GPP option is Matthew Stafford. He's got a good price at $5,700, and he has progressively gotten better every week. Something I find with a lot of the novice players is when these guys play on an island game like Stafford did, was it Sunday or Monday night that first week against the Jets, and he just looked totally terrible and threw 4 interceptions or something like that. People, they remember that more than they remember the 1 p.m. game in the middle of the 10 other games going on when the dude throws for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards. So if you look at his game log so far this year, he's progressed. They've gotten better every week, and I just feel like that game could be like a sneaky shootout, Detroit and Green Bay. So I really like Stafford. The second one I really like is somebody who's not going to be owned basically at all this week, and I don't really understand why, but everything I've been reading and seeing kind of leads me to believe that he's not, is Andy Dalton. Miami's defense is just very poor. They're hurt as well. Andy Dalton's going to have all day in the pocket to throw. So I feel like he's in a really good spot. I'm going to play Dalton in a lot of my like big GPP lineups because I don't think anyone else is going to own him.
The big red machine.
Yep, you got it. The Red Rocket.
And you know what's funny? They're bringing back Joe Mixon.
Mixon's back. Yep. And Giovanni's hurt. He's not going to play. So it's going to be just Mixon.
And he is not Bernard. He does not catch out of that backfield like Bernard.
You know what? I meant to look at that today to see how many targets he had.
It doesn't matter. He's just not that good of a passer.
I didn't think he was. Let me see.
Not.
Week 1 when he was healthy, how many targets did he have? Let me check real quick here.
He's not good at all.
None. No. Let me see. He had a couple.
Dude, I don't want Mixon in anything.
I was just, he's going to be their only healthy running back. That was my thought. So I might actually play him. Actually, he did have 7 targets against Indy 3 weeks ago. He got hurt in the Ravens game, so he only had 1. But he did have 7 against Indy. So that might be a sneaky stack that no one's going to play. Andy Dalton,
I'm not playing
Andy Dalton, Joe Mixon, AJ Green, something like that. So
I'll stay away from that one.
So, and then last one. This is a game that always stands out to me every year when they play, and it's the Carolina New York Giants game. And I just feel like Cam Newton is just in a smash spot this week. He's going to be mid to low owned, probably 5 to 10% range. He's kind of underwhelmed so far this year. He's had good point totals, but I don't know. For his price, he hasn't won anybody at GPP. And I just feel like this game script, the way this is going to play out, just sets up really nice for him. I feel like he could even get a rushing touchdown or 2 this week. So, yeah, I really like Cam this week. Giants defense is not good. So, yeah, that's my thoughts there. How about you?
Well, Ben is going to be big. Cam's going to be big. I would assume Phillip Rivers is going to have some ownership. I like all these guys. Carson Wentz, and I never like him, but I don't know if that game.
Minnesota's defense has not been good. Their secondary has been pretty piss poor so far.
They're ranked 26th, bro. I mean, I know they got Xavier Rhodes, and I don't know, man. I just don't understand why the defense is not playing.
It's just not clicking. It's not. You're right. It's definitely
yes. And Wentz has Alshon Jeffrey back. He's got 52 running backs to throw to, as well as 50.
Which they're going to use all 50 of them.
Yes.
They're going to get one carry.
Yeah, he's got so many people to throw to, even out of the backfield. It's kind of retarded. So
he's going to be really low owned. Wentz is going to be like 1%. So that's a good call. It's a good tournament play there.
Yeah, I like Dalton and Stafford also. I like Matt Ryan a lot. I like Cam. Is Blake? What can Blake Bortles do?
He was another one. He would have probably been my 4th had I chose to give you 4. I feel like this game just sets up nice for him. I've seen a lot of people in the industry say he's going to be really high owned, but I only got him at like 5%, maybe 6 or 7, somewhere in that range. If you look at his splits with Fournette and without Fournette, they totally change the way the whole offense runs when Fournette's not out there. And he smashes every time Fournette's not out there. So and Yeldon.
Well, no Yeldon.
No, he's playing. He's playing.
Yeah,
Yeldon's, as far as I know, Yeldon's playing, but he'll get targets.
That's why. I think Yeldon's ownership's going to be high.
Oh, yeah, Yeldon's going to be chalk this week, big time. I think so. I think he's going to be one of the highest owned.
I kind of like Blake Bortles, dude, bro. For a real sneaky play, I just don't understand. I mean, he's got people to throw to, but, I mean, he's like Tom Brady. I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I'm just saying. I don't know who the hell he's going to throw to. So it's hard to do a stack because you don't know whether it's.
You don't know which one of those guys. It could be any of the three. It could be any of the three.
You have no clue. So
Moncrief's actually a good cash play because he's so cheap, and because that the floor is there. The floor is there for all three of those guys, but you never know which one's going to smash.
Yeah, and I don't want to have one of them. I don't want to have one of them and then the other one,
which inevitably is going to happen. I'm actually going to play Bortles, Akil, and Cole stacks this week because I feel like everyone's going to be on D.D. Westbrook. D.D. Westbrook is, in my opinion, a better receiver. But at the same time, I think that's going to mean he's going to garner a lot more ownership, and I'm just going to avoid him for that reason.
See, and I'm just sticking with Blake Bortles.
You can play naked Bortles. You can play him by himself without any receivers. You could even pair him with Yeldon. Bortles by himself actually in cash is a good option as well.
He might be good in GPP too, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could work. That could work
cheap.
Because he runs too.
The cheapest one, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Carr's a little bit cheaper.
Carr, and I love Carr.
But still, he's only 300 cheaper. But you're right, Bortles can get it done with his legs too. He has been scrambling. He does have that scrambling ability. He's pretty quick there. So he.
Yeah, I like Carr too, dude. A lot.
I do too. That team's offense has progressively gotten better every week, and that game's its second, like I said, the second highest total on the slate. If you wanna go a little contrarian and avoid that Falcons Steelers game, the next one I would look at targeting is probably the Raiders Chargers.
Yeah. That's what I got for quarterbacks. Nice. Sneaky, but I mean, Ben's the most expensive. I look at Ben and I know he's probably going to have 32 to 35 points. And I think Rivers there's going to be the 4 to 5 point difference in these quarterbacks. I think Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Cam Newton, I don't think that's going to be a huge jump. I think that, I'll pay down for these guys than rather pay up for Big Ben.
Yeah, and that's the thing about quarterbacks is, and we talk about this almost every week, the range of outcomes for quarterbacks is so much smaller than any other position. And that's why if you look at most people's strategy, especially in cash games, they pay down at quarterback. Because a guy that's lower like Carr can go off for 30 points easily.
Oh yeah, Carr or Bortles could too.
Bortles too, yeah.
I mean, this guy goes crazy. And he's look at the defense they're playing. I think me and you could throw and catch. Against Kansas
the Kansas City defense is pretty much Swiss cheese.
Yes, their offense is awesome. Their defense is Swiss cheese. Why is
what's funny to me is absolutely nobody is going to play Patrick Mahomes this week. Jacksonville's everyone's just stays away, and I'm really interested to watch that game. I want to see what happens. Jacksonville all week, and I think this was a kind of a head game. They were playing all of their defensive guys during their press conferences and stuff. They all just talked about how amazing Patrick Mahomes was, like to a point where it was like obnoxious. Basically, he could be the best quarterback of all time. He's amazing. Like, did you see him throw that left-handed pass last week?
That was crazy.
Jalen Ramsey's out there, this huge smile on their face, and they're like, "Why are you smiling so much?" He says, "I'm just excited to play against the best." Like, it was bad. It was bad. They were totally doing it.
Yeah, I don't. Plus, Kansas City's coming off a short week, man, and traveling. I do not like.
Yeah, they're in a letdown spot. Big fourth quarter comeback on the road against Denver. It's a letdown spot. You're right, going kind of halfway across the country. So. Yeah,
let's hit these running backs up. You want me to fire away, or you want to fire away? Or
go ahead. You can lead.
And we got some cheap running backs this week, and I'm going to tell you something that I really love. I love Aaron Jones.
Good call.
That this guy is cheap as dirt. I think he's going to have a huge game. I'm looking at a couple touchdowns, guaranteed 1 or 2 touchdowns, minimal 7 72 yards. So I'm looking at 17 points or more from Aaron Jones. My floor for Aaron Jones is like 15 points, man. And for his price, it's well worth that.
I like that call even more. Cobb is out. It's looking more and more likely that Geronimo Allison is going to not play. He had a concussion, and then later on in the week, they came out that he also has a hamstring injury. So, yeah, even Devontae Adams is still questionable for Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, and you've got the Aaron Rodgers talking about who needs to get more involved narrative, which he did mention Aaron Jones multiple times.
And you know who else? Another running back on that team. It's just he doesn't always play running back. Who's cheap? I think he's $3,000 or something like that. He's cheap, man. Ty Montgomery.
I know you love yourself some Ty Montgomery. I'm staying away.
You know what? This is the week that it's going to pay off.
You're probably right.
Because who else does he have?
Well, we'll get to one guy that I absolutely love that I think I'm going to play. I'm going to be way over the field on this week, and it's his tight end. So we can actually two of his tight ends. We'll talk about those in a minute here.
All right. So Breida, I like Breida a little bit. I've liked Breida every week. I'm just waiting for him to pop. But I've noticed his price is increasing.
Although he's gotten more of the market share. Alfred Morris basically didn't get anything last week, so it's kind of looking like Breida's finally taken over as the primary ball carrier and is going to get most of the touches.
Yeah, I'm telling you already, he's one of the fastest backs in the league. He's got more runs over 60 yards or 50 yards than anybody right now in the league. Buck Allen from the Ravens, man. I watched that game, and I may have a Patriots hat on, but trust me, my blood is purple. Buck Allen that's who they're going to in Baltimore, and it's this guy gets targets. I mean, he gets yards in both ways. Alex Collins is not the answer. He fumbles at the goal line. Buck Allen's the one. Buck Allen's the one you want to have there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like Yeldon, Lynch a little bit. But Lynch's price is up there, and Lynch and Jones are the same player to me. I think they could both have the same amount of points. Although I didn't realize Marshawn Lynch could jump 20 feet in the air. I mean, he jumped over everybody. That was crazy.
He looked good last weekend, and Browns were having trouble bringing him down. He's that guy that.
Bro, I'm just saying he jumped over everybody. I was like, holy snap! But
I'm still mad at him when he kicked that ball right in front of the ref after they stopped him and they didn't call that. They didn't call that unsportsmanlike, because I've seen that call literally every time that happens except that one time when it would have benefited the Browns.
No, that game was stolen. That game was stolen.
Oh man, so many times. So I'm still not over it. The league came out yesterday and said
that was the first down.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, it was clearly a first down.
I know. And then they said that fumble, that should have been called a fumble. They came out finally yesterday. The league admitted that car sack should have been a fumble. And
well, at least one thing's for sure. The refs. Oh, it seems like the Cleveland games where it's at, man. If there's mistakes being made in the NFL, why does it always seem?
Well, we talked about a couple weeks ago when Myles Garrett got that roughing the passer call on Ben, and it would have been 4th down, and Browns had got the ball back, and they got a first down, scored a touchdown on the next play. That cost us the Steelers game. Browns should be 4-0 right now. We'd at least refs have taken away 2 wins already. It's just
I saw something.
It's so Browns.
Is that true? Are they going back to Rod Taylor? That's what I read.
No, there's no way.
I'm telling you, bro. They're not happy with
I haven't seen anything yet. Being Cleveland, I swear I would have seen something by now.
Okay.
Listen to local guys.
Now, am I wrong liking Christian McCaffrey so much?
No, I love Christian McCaffrey this week. He's going to be really high owned, and I don't even care.
And then there's Gordon and there's Gurley. What about David Johnson? Look, he's
going to be one of mine. So yeah.
Yeah, he was 6,300 last week, and he got 17 points. I think he's even cheaper now.
I think he's 63.
Or he hasn't moved up. Mm-hmm. I know he's right there. I don't know. I think I like David Johnson again, man.
They gave him 22 carries last week.
Yeah, that's the only thing that worries me right there.
Well, that's good. I mean, he only had 10 and 12 or 12 and 13 the weeks before. So
yes, but if they get behind,
he'll get targets then. Maybe he got 4 last week again.
Yeah,
so
he's
41 yards.
That's the problem. He's not. He's not the old David Johnson.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's the old David Johnson that we're used to.
I think you're right, and I think they don't trust him in pass blocking. So they are.
I think he's averaging 3.4 yards a carry. That's not good, dude.
Yeah, I still like him at 6,300 this week. He's going to probably be like 10% owned, so I'm on that as well.
Yeah, I'm probably going to jump off of him. Gurley's retarded. I mean, terribly expensive.
I think I'm going to fade Gurley this week. He's going to get a lot of love because Melvin Gordon, or not Melvin Gordon. I'm blanking. Kamara, Alvin Kamara is not on this slate, and it was him and Gurley were taking up all the ownership at running back, on every team. So I think without Kamara there, Gurley is going to get a lot more attention. And I don't know. I like Seattle's D. Their run D is good. He's super expensive at 9,400. He's the most expensive guy in the whole slate. I just feel like it's a good fade spot for him. Yeah, I don't know if I do it in cash.
I'm stacking St. Louis, that's for sure. I'm stacking the whole team. I got to leave a wide receiver out, and the one I'm going to leave out is Woods. I'm going to stack them, dude. I'm stacking Goff, Gurley. I'm stacking Cooks and Cup. I'm stacking them, man. I'm definitely doing a stack. There's no doubt about it. I'm not leaving that stack out. So that's it for running backs. What do you got for running backs?
You took most of mine, but the two that I'll give you that I really like, that one's going to be really low owned, and that's Saquon Barkley. I'm targeting this Giants Carolina game. I don't know if it's going to be a high scoring game, but things happen. It's just like when you said with Miami and New England play. Things happen when these two teams get together, and I feel like this could be a sneaky high scoring game. It could hit the over, and these two teams could just go back and forth down the field. So I only have him sub 5% ownership. So and he's only 7,700. When you can get a guy that's going to get that much opportunity in a possible high scoring affair, it just makes sense to me. So Saquon Barkley's one that I'm going to be on. The other one I'm going to be on, he's going to be pretty high owned, but I still like him in this spot, and that's James Conner. It's just, you've got to get a piece of that Pittsburgh Atlanta game. There's just, even if it doesn't hit the 60-point total, which I do think it's going to, but even if it doesn't, there's going to be scoring in that game. It's not going to be a 3-0 game. And
he's not the running back everybody thinks he is. I'm telling you now.
I know he's not. And I have a feeling other people are thinking that now too, because his last couple games he's been down a little bit. But again, we'll go back to the whole Atlanta concedes catches to running backs. They did again last week.
That's the problem. I don't think he's a catch and running back.
Yeah, but he's still going to get some opportunity there. I think Atlanta's. I forget. I think another guy's banged up. Their defense is just shot. I mean, it really is. It's bad.
Yeah, but their offense can score on Pittsburgh, which
that's true. Pittsburgh's D has been suspect so far this year too. So
in turn, come on, Pittsburgh knows that they can throw up and down the field. Antonio Brown's been awful quiet, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, he's probably going to be my. Well, we can move on there now because those were my only two. So wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm done too. Go ahead. You are way to wide receivers, man.
Wide receivers. So we might as well start with the obvious: Antonio Brown or Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know that I'd play them both on the same team. They're both so expensive. It's really going to limit your options in other places. I've had a lot of people say Antonio Brown's going to be higher owned. I personally think Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be higher owned. I think, and with Antonio Brown's higher price, and the fact that Juju's just kind of smashed every week so far this year, I just feel like people are going to go that route. I'm going to go the opposite there for that reason. I'm going to play Antonio Brown. He's going to be one of my highest owned players. So again, that game total is just ridiculous. Atlanta cannot stop anybody. You're giving yourself a very high floor with that play. So the other kind of obvious one is that I'm going to be playing a lot of is Julio Jones. I am going to keep playing Julio Jones until he gets in the freaking end zone. There is no way Calvin Ridley can have another week where he scores 5 touchdowns. He's only playing like less than 50% of the snaps. How is this even happening right now? I will be fading Calvin Ridley on the record. I will not be playing him in one lineup this week because I just don't think he can sustain this level. And so it's got to happen. It's Julio. Yeah, this is setting up for Julio to have that game where he gets in the end zone 3 times.
The worst thing is Mohamed Sanu's literally walking around wide open.
And I will be getting on him as well.
That's the worst part. Definitely. I mean, Jones and Ridley are coming out of their breaks. And Sanu's like walking around wide open, like, "Hey guys, I'm over here."
And you're right, he is, and he has actually played more snaps than Calvin Ridley has this year. So opportunity is there. The opportunity is there. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're going to pay attention to Julio. Trust me. That Pittsburgh's going to that's one of them safeties is going to keep an eye on Julio. You better believe it. And they have a safety to keep an eye on Julio, where Atlanta, who I don't think it even matters if they double cover Antonio Brown. I don't think it even matters. It's like the Colts. Did you see the Josh Gordon touchdown?
Yeah.
How many more Colts needed to be there?
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I mean, he got that touchdown. He wanted
3 Colts right there. 3 of them.
Dude, that was pretty awesome.
I mean, come on, man.
Oh man, in regards to that game, screw you, Eric Ebron. I've played you every week in fantasy, and you go on the island game and just completely smash. I was so tilted after that game. Oh my! I didn't play him. I'm like, I'm not. It's an island game. I'm not playing Ebron. I've had enough. I've been losing money on him every week, and then that's such a daily fantasy thing. Now he just goes and smashes for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, well,
the other one.
Let me tell you, your mistake is not worse than mine. I had the nuts in that game. You know what I didn't do?
Huh?
I didn't start both quarterbacks.
There's a lot of the times 2 quarterbacks is the way to go in those showdown.
Yep. And I was looking at it and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I had plenty of money left, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? My lineup literally.
Did you have Ebron in your captain? Did you have Ebron in the
No. I had
James White. He was the other one that smashed. It was either Ebron, James White, or Brady were the 3.
Yeah, I had Brady in all my stuff. Yeah.
Those were the.
I mean,
Edelman screwed me. I had him in like a lot of my lineups.
Yeah, but he had points. I mean, he
did. He got a bunch of receptions. He is a good play going forward as well. He's the first place Brady looks at almost every snap.
I had the wide receiver for the Colts. Not Pascal, the other one. Chester Rogers.
Yeah, he had a good game. He really did. He's somebody to watch going forward if T.Y. can't get healthy.
Yeah. What else you got for wide receiver?
Oh, so I'm going to be stacking up this Detroit offense. Marvin Jones got added to the injury report on Friday, which is not usually a good thing. Stefania Bell, ESPN, always says this: late week injury additions are always a huge red flag. So there's a chance Marvin Jones might not play, and if he doesn't, I feel like this is a complete smash spot for Kenny Galladay and Golden Tate for that matter. So I'm going to be stacking up Stafford, like we mentioned, for quarterbacks with Golden Tate, with Galladay. I'm going to stack up both of them probably in 1 or 2, and then kind of switch between them in a couple of my other lineups. So
I wish they'd stick with Kerryon Johnson. If they said
they already said they're not going to again, he's one of these coaches that loves to do this running back by committee thing, and these guys they got it in their head that fresh legs and running back is how you want to do it, so they're just going to keep subbing them in and out. So
keep on doing it, because I'm telling you now, you should just leave Kerryon Johnson in there and stop messing with Theo Reddick. I mean, you've been messing with Theo Reddick for 22
How many years? How many years has he sucked?
Come on, man. Just give it to Carrion and leave him alone. The guy's good. Number 33 is good. Okay. But you got him going 2 downs, and then you're bringing this goofball Reddick in. Leave the man alone and give him the ball. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and he seems like he can catch too. So I think you're right. I don't see why not.
He's an all-around back. They just won't give him the rock enough.
So, and I'll give you one more here. Lower priced guy that I really like. I'm going to play a decent amount of. Is Taiwan Taylor.
I got him circled.
Nice. He had 9 targets last week. That offense is kind of it's changed a lot. It's kind of molded in the last few weeks. I do like Corey Davis as well from that team. And they're playing against Buffalo. I don't know. It's probably not going to be a high scoring game, but all he needs is to do is catch, one long one and then in a touchdown, and he makes value. He smashes value. So
yeah, that Tennessee is playing just top-notch football right now.
Their defense, man, is. I mean, from a fantasy perspective, their defense hasn't been great, except maybe this week because Buffalo gives up more sacks than anybody. But yeah, it's their defense is keeping them in games, and the offense is doing just enough to win. So
yeah, well, and the coaching, that guy's. They get a lead, they eat the clock, they chew that clock up. I mean, they're not even getting anything from the running backs.
No, and that's a running back by committee situation. Yeah, I like to stay away. A lot of people like their running backs.
Chewing that clock up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, a lot of people like, not to go back to running backs, but I have heard a lot of people say they're going to be on what's his name, Derrick Henry this week. I'm not one of them, but
neither am I. I've had enough of him.
So who you got on receivers on the receiver side?
I like Atlanta's. I like the Atlanta stack. I mean, I do realize the chances of all 3 of them hitting Ridley, Julio, and Sanu is probably low. And I like both of them. I love AJ Green, man. I don't even care that he's 7,700 or whatever he is, 7,200 or whatever he is. I think Green's going
to have all day. Miami does not provide any pressure at the line. Andy Dalton, when you give him time in the pocket, he can be dangerous. So
yeah, I think AJ Green
I'm right with you there. AJ Green's going to be one of my highest owned guys too.
Yeah, and I like Juju, but I think Juju is more expensive than Green.
He is. You're right. He is.
So I'm gonna fire away.
Only 72. Green's only 7,200 this week.
Yeah, I'm firing away with the Agholor. What do you think?
I actually have him on my list as well. So,
do you think he'll get some balls though?
I do. I think that he's one of these regression candidates. Like he's underwhelmed so far this year. He's going to be, 3% owned kind of guy, and I feel like with Wentz back, getting his legs finally, they lost in a bad fashion last week. I didn't even realize this till I just looked. He had 12 targets last week.
I know.
He only caught 5 of them for 22 yards. But, I mean, if Wentz is looking at him that much, I mean, he just catches 3 more of those and takes one to the end zone. We're having a total different conversation today because he would have been chalky.
Yeah, and everybody's going to be paying attention to Jeffrey now.
Yeah. Yep, Jeffrey and Ertz as well. So
he's a warrior, Jeffrey. I like him, man. He plays hard, and I like that.
He does play hard. You're right.
I got Amari Cooper now. I'm going to tell you something. This cat has burned me so many times I can't count. But for some reason, I keep liking this cat. Every year I fall in love with him, and then he burns. It's the same story.
I like Amari this week, too. That's funny you said that. Even after smashing last week, he's just very volatile. You've got to know that getting into it. I mean, look at his point totals this year. 2.8, 24.6, 3.7, and 29.8. I mean, you never know what you're going to get.
But he's cheap as dirt. You see his
price. He's only 5,500. I actually really like his counterpart this week, too. I feel like no one's going to own him, and I just feel like they keep getting him more and more in the offense, Jordy Nelson. He's only 4,500. He is going to probably garner about 10% ownership around those numbers. So.
Yeah, well, if the game's like it was last week, it's good to own both. Or the week, actually, if that game's like it was the last 2 weeks, you could actually on both of them. Yeah, I'm doing a stack, dude. I'm doing an Oakland stack, no doubt in my mind.
I'm going to be building a couple of Oakland stacks too. I'm not maxing this week. It's one of the only weeks I'm not doing that. I didn't have time to get all my stuff together. I'm going to do like 20 lineups in the Millie Maker, I think. So
yeah. Now, here's my problem: Diggs or Thielen. That's like
that's funny you said that because I ended up checking both of them because I wasn't sure either who I wanted more. Probably Thielen for me.
Yeah, but who is the number one who is the best cornerback going on? That's what I need to know. Because some of these cornerbacks, if a cornerback plays to the left side, it doesn't matter. They just go to the wide receiver on the left side.
You know, and some of them, I don't know actually who.
Thielen's on the left, bro.
Doesn't Philly run that like zone something defense where they don't do like one-on-one matchups most of the time. Let me look here.
I don't know, but my problem is if the number one cornerback for Philly is on Diggs, then I think you're right with Thielen. But if he's on Thielen, then I go to Diggs. That's what I need to know because, I mean, I've looked at the numbers. Look at the second receiver on they're giving up all kinds of yards to the second receivers. Philly is.
Yeah.
That's that second receiver position.
Okay, so Diggs, he's going to run most of his routes at the left cornerbacks, and Jalen Mills means he'll match up against Jalen Mills, who has been destroyed by Deshaun Jackson, Corey Davis, Chris Godwin, and I keep going. Every week he's getting smashed. So this might be a Diggs spot.
Yeah, okay, so he's the one who's going to be playing, because I know every week we've mentioned one of the cornerbacks for Philadelphia being horrific.
Yeah, it's it's Diggs. It's play Diggs this week. I mean, play either of them, but if you've got to choose one or the other, I'm probably going with Diggs. You're probably going to get Diggs at lower ownership too, because everybody knows that Thielen's just. I mean, Diggs did have 15 targets last week. I think it was 15. I didn't even know that until I looked just
Diggs
now.
Is healthy. He's nasty.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the best receivers in the league.
You already mentioned Tawan Taylor, but I had these guys last week and it paid off. Tyler Boyd, man, I love this Tyler Boyd. I'm telling you, every week, Tyler Boyd and Calvin Ridley.
I'm on Tyler Boyd again this week. Like I said, that Cincinnati stack is probably going to be my highest owned GPP stack.
And I'll be there with you. I'm not messing with Mixon. You can have him.
I don't think anybody is. That's kind of why I'm thinking about playing him.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to run the ball.
Yeah, well, do they?
Touche.
Do they? I mean, do they really? They really?
Yeah, I don't know. Against this terrible Dolphins team, maybe not. Maybe you're right.
I just like Bernard better than Mixon, man, and I don't know. I think Mixon was a flash in the pan, man.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think he's a flash in the pan. I don't see nothing special about the guy. I mean, looks like we got some tight ends.
Yeah, on the tight end.
I probably need some answers, so I'll go first. Dallas Swain. Is he worth our time? The tight end from Dallas, Swain.
I don't know. Dallas just scares me all the way around. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
How about Lance? Oh, I mean Vance.
Vance is going to be like extreme chalk this week.
Okay, good.
For good reason. I don't mind. I don't even mind playing him at chalk. He's going to get targets. He's taken over a majority of the market share from Jesse James. So, yeah, I don't have any problem with
normally, I do one tight end or two tight ends with every lineup. So I've only got a couple more. I like Safari. You're going to kill me. I like Safari and Jenkins, bro.
I'm okay with that.
Arizona.
Kansas City's not been good against tight ends.
Arizona.
You mean Ricky Seals-Jones?
I mean Ricky Seals-Jones.
I actually like him this week too. San Francisco's also not been good against tight ends. So
I'm sorry. I meant Ricky Seals-Jones.
that's okay, though, because I actually like both those guys this week. Yeah,
but I like adding Arizona's tight end.
You know what? It's very common for rookie quarterbacks to check down a lot more often than guys who have a little bit more experience. And a lot of times when you're checking down to the tight end who may have been starting out to block and then come off the line, or is just going to run a little out route or something 5 yards up the field. So yeah, I have no problem with Ricky Seals-Jones. How many targets did he have last week? Actually, let's look here. He only had 4 last week, but that's all right. I still think, 2 receptions for 52 yards, so they are targeting him down the field a little bit as well. And nobody else on that offense has done anything. Kirk actually would have had a big game last week, but his one big catch got called back on a holding penalty. What's his name? Larry Fitzgerald hasn't done literally anything. So
yeah, I'm off. Fitzgerald is 72 yards and a 5-catch guy now. So if you want 11 points or 10 points, go with Fitzgerald. But that's okay. I'll pass. That's his ceiling, Mike. It's getting to the point where that's his ceiling. Seriously. I'm probably wrong there. His ceiling is...
No, you're probably not wrong.
5 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
I don't think you are wrong. I think he's...
I think this guy's the best tight end in football. I hate to say that, but Cook him up, baby. I love him. I like him so much. He's big. He can catch. I like this guy. This guy, to me, is the best tight end in the NFL right now.
He's leading that whole team in targets right now, which is impressive. That's not normal for a tight end to lead a team in targets. Derek Carr is looking for him specifically. I almost feel like they're designing plays for him.
He gets open, man. This Cook is good, man. And what about Mr. Rudolph? I haven't mentioned his name, I don't think, the whole time we've been doing this show. Kyle Rudolph. Do you think he could have a big game here?
I think he's one of those guys that's really hard to predict. He has gotten a decent amount of targets, 2, 8, 6, and 6 so far this year. Gotten in the end zone twice. So yeah, it could happen. I just struggle with him because he's just there's other spots I like more. It's just he's just one of those guys. His floor is going to be okay, but his ceiling's never seeming to be that high.
Yeah, for Cook, man, I got Cook. Don't hold me to this, but I think Cook's good for 12, 13 points minimal.
I think you're right. I think he's one of the guys I'm going to have a lot of as well. So I like the Cook call a lot. Stack him with Carr. Yeah, that's an interesting, somewhat low-owned stack. I think Carr to Cook. Carr to Cooper, and Cook do a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end stack kind of thing. Run it back with one of the Chargers guys, one of the lower-owned Chargers guys like Mike Williams or something like that.
You know what? I'm done with tight ends, but before you go to tight ends, we forgot something. Oh, how could we forget Kareem Hunt?
I have him listed.
$800.
That's funny you said that because I'm gonna I do like Kareem Hunt this week. I think they're getting him a little bit more involved. He's got his legs. I don't know. I think this is a good spot for him as well. I know it's against Jacksonville, but I do like him. Tyreek Hill's the one I'm fading on the KC side against that Jacksonville team.
I like Hunt a lot, man. I like him a whole lot. And I hope I'm not wrong because his price is way down, man. His price is like 55 or 50.
They adjust for Jacksonville. And that's funny you say that. I'll lead back into tight end here. That's one of my favorite spots this week is Travis Kelce.
He just had like 32 points, and he goes to 50.
Travis Kelce is 6K this week. You're never going to get Travis Kelce at 6K again the rest of the year. And you're
probably never going to get Kareem Hunt this cheap.
Yep, you're right. Yeah,
because I can tell you, he's going up to 7,400 right after this game.
Yep, and Kelsey's going to do the same. He'll be like, let me see what he was the rest of the.
And that's probably being nice, 7,400.
Yeah, 60 last two games before this one, he was 67 and 6,800. Now he's down to 6K just because they're playing Jacksonville. So, if anything, I'm just playing him because I can get him so cheap that I know that I want to take advantage of that while I can. I tell you, my favorite tight end of the week is going to be most likely, depending on situation here, is going to be Jimmy Graham. I don't know who else Aaron Rodgers is going to throw to. If Geronimo Allison is out, which is looking likely, we already know Cobb is out. Devontae Adams is questionable. They've got a rotating backfield. Yeah, I mean, that leaves you with Jimmy Graham, who Rodgers is on record saying he likes throwing to him a lot. He's a reliable receiver. That's the way he plays.
But I've seen this when when Adams was hurt last year. I saw the game there that Green Bay played. And I know the game script for that game. I'm telling you, you're going to see Ty Montgomery a whole bunch. Watch, mark my words, dude. You're going to see him a whole lot. He's going to get the ball to Ty Montgomery. It's going to be Aaron Jones and Ty Montgomery. I'm telling you, watch what happens. They'll throw Ty Montgomery in that slot, and this will be the week where Rodgers is going to him constantly. I'm telling you, dude, I'm all over that. I'm all over Ty Montgomery. I hope if I'm wrong, I'll tell you right now, I'll never use Ty Montgomery again. ever. Never, ever. I will never, ever use him again in fantasy football, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And for whatever Montgomery's price is, I think $3,300 or some crap like that. I mean, it's really cheap. For his price, there's no way he's not going to give you the value back. You're gonna get double what you paid for, minimal.
Yeah, so keep your eye out Sunday morning for news on what's going on in Green Bay.
Well, they haven't practiced. If they haven't practiced all week, that pretty much tells me all I need to know. They haven't even had a limited practice.
Yeah. So I know they came out and said obviously Rodgers will play and Jimmy Graham will play. They were both on the injury report earlier this week as well. But the rest of the guys, like we already know Cobb's out for sure. I'm really leaning towards Geronimo Allison being out with the early week concussion and then the hamstring issue that came up on the report later in the week. And then Devontae Adams is supposedly practicing today, but I'm not sure he's going to play. So I hope he does, because
even if he does play, they'll probably use him as a decoy, man.
They're going to have to, because he's going to be one of the only offensive players they need.
What do you
really
think
focus
New England did with Josh Gordon last week?
Yeah. Gordon's good for that. Yeah, he's perfect as a decoy.
And every week they've been doing it with Antonio Brown.
Yeah. That's why Juju gets open.
Yeah, he's a decoy. He's taking everybody's attention. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Same thing with Julio. It's all these guys are doing, man. I mean, none of these guys I'm naming are having big years. Look, Juju's better than all of them right now. Julio, Brown, you name it, he's better. Look at the stats. Yeah. He's better than all of them. Ridley's better than all of them, probably.
Yeah, I know. Well, Ridley's got to experience some regression here.
Does he? I'm not sure that's going to happen, man.
He's not playing enough. I mean, when he's out there, he is getting the opportunities, but he's not playing that much. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to be they're going
to be chucking it. Yeah, they are.
Teams are going to be. They have to chuck it. Connor's not going to get it nowhere with Pittsburgh, and I'm so sick of Devontae Freeman. I like to kick him in the butt. I'm sick of his game. And then I thought
that's going to be. I don't know. I have a feeling one of those two, either Freeman or Coleman's going to get some points this week. You're going to get one that's going to score like 30 and one that's going to score 0, and you never know which one it's going to be again. Now that Freeman's back and healthy.
I'm sick of Freeman.
I'm not messing with that either.
No, I'll stick to Freeman. Really makes me mad.
I tell you, so my last tight end here that I really like, he's going to be really low owned. He's not somebody. He's low priced. It's Denver's tight end Jeff Heuerman. His snap count and his target count have gone up every week since week 1. They were looking for him against the Chiefs like crazy last week. He had a couple of potential catches that there was one ball that he dropped that he would have had like another 30 yards and he would have smashed the slate. I really like him. It's funny. He was like basically a blocking tight end that they've turned into a receiver. He's out running routes on almost every play. He played like 80% of the snaps or something last week. It's
plus that guy stole
2,600. He's going to be 1% owned. You know, he's a lot of times tight end is what makes a difference on these slate. You get that guy that's low owned. You know, you go from somebody like Vance McDonald, who's going to be 25+% owned, to Jeff Heuerman, who's going to be 1, and Heuerman even gets 5 more points than McDonald. You've increased your chances of winning tremendously. So I actually do like him. I'm going to probably put him in a couple. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'm going to definitely be over the field on him.
Yeah, you did one other tight end. Look, you can't go wrong with this guy, is Kittle.
He's priced a little too high for me this week. He's up to 5,400.
Every week he's delivered.
He has. You're right, and he's getting looks. He's getting looks from what's his name? Their backup quarterback there, and
he'll always get looks. I like George Kittle. It's just you're right. His price has went up, but I'm starting George Kittle over all the other tight ends. If I'm going to pay up for a tight end, it's George Kittle. I think he's good, man. I think
if I'm paying up, it's going to be Kelsey. I mean, come on. It was only 600 less than Kelsey. Kelsey's only 6,000. I just can't believe that. I'm totally going to be trying to jam him in everywhere I can.
I hope that works out for you.
Yeah, we'll see. I know.
Remember, it wasn't until the third quarter, bro, or the fourth quarter that Kelsey came alive.
Yeah, it was. But maybe that was it. Maybe he's finally come alive now.
Oh, come on, man.
The beast has been woken. Cleveland Heights represent. He's from right around here. I know what school. We went and watched him play in high school and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just worried about. I'm worried about everybody on that team but Kareem Hunt because they're all going to be tired. And actually, Kareem Hunt should be probably more tired than anybody in that team. But
yeah, Xavier just kept feeding him.
Yeah, but they're going to have to do something. They're not going to chuck the ball around.
I don't know, man. Mahomes is pretty sweet.
Yeah, we'll see what happens against Jacksonville.
I'm excited. That's the game of the week that I like the most. That's the one I'm most excited to watch.
Not me. I'm going to really put it to you here. I'm excited to watch the Ravens.
Ravens-Browns?
Yeah, because I got a bad feeling about this game, man. I don't want to, like, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be lopsided, man. I think the Ravens are going to smash the Browns.
You think Wacko for Flacco week? You think he goes for 4 touchdowns and 400 yards passing this week?
No, but I like John Brown a little bit.
I have him. I'm going to play a little bit of John Brown this week.
And I like Buck Allen a whole lot.
Well, the Browns.
I think our defense is. I think the Ravens getting Jimmy Smith back is a monster.
It's a big deal. Yeah, you could be right.
It's a
I don't know. We'll see, man. Baker Mayfield come alive this week.
Dude, wait till you see what they do. I think your Browns are going to rotate quarterbacks.
I don't think they are. I don't think they'll do that. Dude, Hugh Jackson's just going to setting himself up to get fired if that happens.
Oh, he already should have got fired. Okay, for not handling the Josh Gordon situation or for handling it but not handling it. Okay, now Chris, watch what happens in New England, dude. I mean, did you see Gordon and Brady tapping each other and hugging each other and stuff?
Yeah, well, they said Gordon's lockers right now.
That's gonna haunt him.
They did though. They had to get rid of him. They did everything they could for the guy. They gave him so many chances. He didn't want to be here anymore, and he was going to keep positioning himself in a bad place to basically have an excuse.
There's a reason for that. There's something that somebody is not.
Well, this hamstring injury was gotten at a photo shoot he was doing for some sponsorship deal he was doing. This wasn't happening in practice or at the game. And a guy like that who knows he's been given all these extra chances and stuff to go do something stupid like that. That was the last straw in Cleveland. I knew that as soon as I heard what happened, that he was out of here. Yeah. So it's just too bad. And New England's probably the right place for him to land because Belichick's not going to put up with any of his stuff. He screws up once there, he's going to be out the door. There's
and the best thing is they literally can really afford to be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, now they can, dude. The team is all of a sudden that team went from having nobody to being completely stacked.
I love Julian Edelman, man. He's just a baller, man.
Yeah, he is. He's good. I like him too. I do.
And that's why, I mean, that's the reasons I like the Patriots. I mean, Tom Brady, Edelman, I just love the way that they play football, and I like how professional that whole organization, that team is. That's it. I mean, and I love my Ravens too, but I'm waiting for Lamar Jackson to become our quarterback and take over. And really, this guy Lamar Jackson's good, bro. I'm telling you, he's just as good. Well, you know what? I think there's been 2 good classes of quarterbacks in 2 straight years. I think we've had 2 straight years of good classes of quarterbacks out of the draft. After, Cleveland picked like 27 first-round draft pick quarterbacks, and, all these other teams went through picking quarterbacks. I think the last 2 years, the best classes have come out. I mean, Mahomes came out last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, I like Baker Mayfield. Lamar Jackson. Who else can? I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks now, rookie quarterbacks. So that's about it. I was actually thinking about stacking Minnesota, but I think that might be a mistake.
I have Cousins as one of my plays this week. Do
you like it as a stack though? Because
I mean, I'll stack them with one, and I'll probably stack them with one or the other. I'll probably pick one. I think after we talk today, I think it's probably going to end up being Diggs. But yeah, that's one of those ones. It's going to be like middle of the road ownership. The Cousins going to be like 10%. Diggs will probably be 15 to 20. So will Thielen. So you're not going to get much leverage on that play, but at the same time, that could smash.
Yeah, and I'm done with
Philly's D has been a little suspect.
I'm done with Latavius Murray.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm done. I'm not playing him.
I mean,
he's only gonna play partial. They're gonna put those other guys I can't even remember their names into.
Yeah, that's how I feel about
that's
how I feel about Green Bay's wide receivers.
Green Bay's wide receivers is there's a Adam Levitan tweeted out their depth chart the other day. I was looking at it and I was like, who are these guys? I've never even heard of it. Like 3 of the guys that below Cobb. I'm like, man, this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah, no doubt.
So all right, defense. What do you got for defense?
Baltimore. I like Baltimore a lot. I like Denver a little something. And that's about it.
I like Tennessee. I like Tennessee a lot this week. Surprisingly, I have them at fairly low ownership. They are pretty expensive. I don't mind paying up for defense when I think they're in a smash spot, and I just feel like Buffalo's got like the highest sack rate of all the teams by like a considerable amount too. Like they're like 5% more than the next lowest team, and I just think it's gonna get ugly. And when you pressure the quarterback, which Tennessee does a good job of, it's when it leads to points, because it leads to sacks, which can lead to fumbles. It leads to rushed passes, which can lead to interceptions and pick sixes. I really like Tennessee in this spot. Gonna be hard to fit them in at 4K, but I'm still going for it.
I like Cincinnati, and
they're the other one I was going to mention. Well, obviously Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville every week, but
their defense.
Here's the thing with Cincinnati: they're getting Perfect back this week, who's a beast, and Miami just lost their starting center for the season, I think, or I don't know if it's for the season, but anyway, I know he's not playing this week. So you've got one team getting healthier and one team getting worse, getting less healthy. I just feel like it sets up for disaster for Miami.
Yeah, and Tannehill can fall apart any moment.
Yeah, he definitely can.
So now that we're done, are we done? You got any more?
Yeah, no. Kickers, like we say every week, play kickers in high point total games. Atlanta, Pittsburgh, play kickers indoors, play kickers in warm weather. Those are the 3 things, the 3 recipes for finding a kicker. So that's it. What else you got?
What was I going to say, man? And I was so excited about it, too. Crap, I forgot.
Sorry, I cut you off.
I forgot, man. I forgot what I was going to say. I wanted to talk about it so much, too. I don't remember what it was.
That'll come back to you. You want to build a lineup real quick?
Yeah, can you do it? Oh, so while he's doing that, we are not. I won't I will not touch anybody from Miami. Nobody, not one person.
I might play Stills because I'm going to try to run him back.
No thanks. I've been trying Stills, and it's been doing nothing but losing me money. Tannehill's got problems. They're going to have problems without that center dude.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's going to go with Andy Dalton here to start it off. How's that?
All right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we got Zeke on this slate. We didn't even talk about him against Houston.
Yeah, but I think that that's going to be a low-scoring game, and I think J.J. Watt's an animal. J.J. Watt disrupts everything, man.
Yeah, you're right. How about David Johnson and Matt Breida as our RBs?
Well, no, that's fine. But Kareem Hunt's $100 more, or $200 more. Really, Breida over Hunt? I don't know. I like Breida, but
yeah, I like Hunt. I actually like Hunt more. I just know you were on Breida, so I was trying to
be nice.
Yeah. There you go. So that's better. I like that. I actually like that a lot right there. We definitely want to stack this. So with how cheap AJ Green is.
Yeah, I like AJ Green.
Sorry, somebody's at the doorbell. Dogs are all barking.
I thought that was my dog.
No, that's ours. We got two of them. I got two of them here. They're good boys. All right. In there. Let's see. You can see here when you're building lineups, it tells you how much room you got. So we've got to go a little punt ski down here. You want to go Aguilar maybe? We talked about him.
Yeah, but we also forgot. I forgot to talk about another receiver I like is Devin Funchess.
I like Funchess. I've been playing Funchess every week since Olsen's been out. It's kind of paid off. It hasn't been great, but I think there's that chance it's still coming. He could have that 2-touchdown, 150-yard game at any point. I'm just trying to let's find a decent kicker here.
Raider.
Okay, I'm good with that. I like that. And then we give that kind of when you pick your defense and kicker kind of first, it kind of gives you a feel for what you have left room wise for other guys, which is why when you've watched us do this in the past, that's kind of why we do that. What were you thinking for defense?
Were the Bengals under the Ravens?
I was thinking about the Ravens. They're only 2,800.
Yeah.
I actually like Cleveland's D. I'm actually going to play Cleveland's D instead of the Ravens.
Play it in there if you want.
I know. We can leave the Ravens in there. I think the Ravens are a good call, man. All right. I do like the Ravens because that's
gonna give you a whole ton of money.
Yeah, it is. You're right. So okay,
let's give I think $800.
All right, so we got 6,000 per player left, so we can pretty much go wherever we want. I know it's probably not the greatest kind of a
man, you're good, man.
I just love Kelsey in this spot. For $6K, man, he's going to get more targets than anybody else, and it's just like it's just a good spot for him. Well, it's not a good spot for him, but it's a good price for him in this spot. We like here. We've got 58. How about I really like Kenny Galladay this week. Especially if Marvin Jones is out. How about we go there since we're around 6K anyway? John Brown.
Yeah, I like John. Well, yeah, him or Cooper.
So one of the strategies, and it doesn't always play out, but you want to be careful playing defenses against your players because it's kind of.
Yeah, I didn't realize you.
Well, let's see where we're at. Maybe we'll switch that last spot back over to.
We got plenty of. We got Cooper too sitting there.
Okay, what were we going to say? Aguilar here?
Yeah, you got Aguilar.
Okay. That leaves us 60. Yeah, I'm staying away from the Jets this week. I do like Enumwa. I just don't like him this week. Man, he was another one I played a ton of last week, and it was either a touchdown or it was like a 60-yard reception that got called back because of a stupid holding call.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the most tilting thing when that happens, because it's like it's not even your guy's fault. It's last spot here. We've got 63. I'm really wondering if we go the double wide receiver stacked, Andy Dalton, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, and just get every piece of that offense.
Why not?
Let's do it. All right.
I like Tyler Boyd.
Let's do it. We're doing it. I'm putting this in the touchdown contest. So this will probably be the only lineup I'll put in here. Because I like to give a lot of our newer players. I don't want to smash a bunch of weeks and get everybody angry. Not that I'm that good, but you'll see if you play a lot of these plays we mentioned, you'll generally do pretty good. You'll generally do decent. We choose a lot of high floor guys that are set up to have big weeks. So
yeah, I'm a little bit on the I'll be on the cheap side this week because I'll show you. Go ahead and did you submit it?
I did.
Okay, let's go with Blake Bortles.
Nice. I like that already.
You go to the top of the running backs. Caffrey in there, and Buck Allen, Javarius Allen.
He's gonna be way down there, huh?
Right there.
I guess it's 4,700. That's a good price.
Yeah. Throw in AJ Green, Antonio Brown, Baltimore's defense in there, Matt Prater. And then, so we'll do Baltimore's defense, Matt Prater, and Arizona's tight end, Ricky Jones Jr., Rodney Pete Jr., or whatever his name is.
Stacey said Ravens D, Prater, and then Seals Jones. Oops.
That's okay. You can leave the flex, but
he said Seals Jones here. All right, so we've got 1,100 in salary.
Put Aaron Jones in my flex. There you go.
Okay. Let me see where he is here.
Aaron Williams, Green Bay, Aaron Jones.
I pass him. Let me see here. Jones.
Oh, he's cheap. You gotta go down. He's real cheap.
4,300. There you go. So they got 6,800 for this last.
I think it's going to be Golden Tate.
I really like this lineup. This is a good lineup. All right, 68. There you are.
Yep.
Golden Tate, 67. All right.
Mm-hmm. Don't save it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's it.
I might want to save it. I think this is a good lineup.
So this is the lineup that I love. I mean I'm sure Chris likes it too. But
yeah, I do definitely.
This is kind of what I'm aiming for. The only two adjustments I might make on that lineup is a quarterback, tight end, and running back. I might just throw Buck Allen and Aaron Jones in my running backs position, and then upgrade quarterback, tight end, and that's about it. That's the only adjustments I would make.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that a lot. All right, I'm not going to enter that one though. I'll save that one for later.
No, you can enter it, man. But I haven't entered none of my lineups yet. So
good luck, everybody, this week.
Yeah, except we'll try to do it Friday. Both of us weren't feeling good yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching and enjoy this week's football. Don't forget to come to our Discord channel. Link will be in the description. And hang out with us on, hang out with us Sunday during the games, because all we do is talk smack, baby. So, all right, well, Chris,
esports and Fortnite is coming.
Oh yeah,
FTG is going to go up even more. Means the if you're winning contests now, the money you're going to be making is going to actually be worth more as a great team here continues to advance and add more to their platforms, and this FGC arena will be ready, and I'm very excited. So
yeah, it's it's already it already runs. We just have to reskin it and change some code around and stuff like that. So it's
excited.
Yeah, I love Black Ops. I mean, I like the whole game. I play zombies a lot, but I mean, I looked. That battle royale is going to be sick.
It's going to be fun. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. So Fortnite and Black Ops seems to be the two games that we're focusing on. Fortnite, we really don't have to focus on too much, but adding Black Ops is, and then we're going to add a bunch of games after that. Dota, all the big games, and we can feed our live events through our website. Which is even better. So
yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, our live events will fire back up, and our live events not only I've already been in contact with not only Las Vegas, but here in Maryland and in Laurel. So we can, and that's how we roll. That's how we do it.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Basketball. Only last thing. Basketball starts on draftdaily.com. You talk about a fun time. Ooh, I love it. That's cool. That's fun. Basketball
it is.
Fun.
Get ready to stay up late because the East has nobody.
Yeah, everybody's in the West. They got Joel Embiid and Ben Gore and Joel Embiid. They got Joel Embiid, right? And Ben Gordon.
Oh, I don't know. I know the Cavs are going to be horrible.
Yeah, you're about
Kevin Love. Kevin Love's all over all the billboards all over Cleveland. Oh boy. So sad.
So
sad.
God. All right. Well, I'm going to stop
everybody.
the broadcast. All right, I'll see you.